All right. Hey, I'm back. I don't know if anybody who was watching earlier is back. It says 0 right now. That's unfortunate. Come back, guys. So today my second guest is Static. I had you as Static G, but it's Static Jesus.
Static G, that's my rap name, artist name.
Okay.
Static G is just like what the friends call me.
And you are here because my friend Security Fund Token, my friend and your friend who works on RSC, kind of reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and asked, he's like, yeah, can we get, someone on your show? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll talk to anyone. And he's like, okay, what's your interview fee? And I was like, I don't charge for interviews.
Nice.
And just like how, I don't know, surprised he was by that. I was like, that really made me want to do this. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, are people charging crazy amounts just to talk?
I guess people, it's like a pay-to-play type thing where they're expecting people to pay a certain amount of BNB or money, and then they'll mention the coin or do an interview or do that. And, I always believe, that if you're doing a service, if they want money for it, pay them. But at the same time, like if you're trying to just gouge me, I'm not going to pay you. I'll just go somewhere else, So that's interesting how it worked out anyways.
Yeah. So like in full disclosure, SFT sent me some RSC, but to be honest, I haven't even like opened the wallet. I don't know how much it is. I have no plan to sell it. It was like, I didn't charge to do. It was just like completely voluntary. We were both before. So I don't know, just to be like, as transparent as I can possibly be with anyone who's watching this. That's important to me. And so tell me about it. What's RhymeSick coin?
Okay, well, RhymeSick coin is a community-driven token. It's yield farming, meaning we have a 10% tax that is applied to every buy, every sale, every use. This 10% transaction tax actually rewards the holders of the coin. So anybody holding the coin will be distributed part of that 5% tax based on how much they hold. So just by holding, you're going to accumulate coin, and those coins have value. And the thing is as we do it, we also burn 5% of that liquidity. So 5% of that liquidity is going to go into the dead wallet, which also raises the value by losing some of the supply. You know what I'm saying? You know how collectibles work and stuff like that. So it's like it's a currency and a collectible and a token at the same time. And it's really, my project is to take the cool tokenomics that SafeMoon and Bonfire kind of had, and maybe help add a utility to them, maybe a real world purpose. And they're doing their own thing too, which is cool. I respect both teams, and I intend to reach out possibly on collaborations and whatever we can do. But ultimately, I run a business called RhymeSick. As you can see, I already have a hat. It's not like we're just making a token or a coin out of nowhere. I've basically ran a record label for a few years. I'm an artist, so I built the label to sustain my artist career and help me make money doing it instead of having to pay people to do it. And I didn't have connections, so I had to learn everything myself. And during the pandemic, I had a whole situation with unable to tour. So because I wasn't able to tour, I couldn't make money, and I had to figure some other stuff out. So what I did was learn about investments, the stock market. I was actually in the WSB. I made like 100 grand on AMC one time real quick. The cryptocurrency, I learned a lot about that. And as I've been going, I kind of realized the manipulation going on behind it, the media and the fear mongering, the FUD, the FOMO, and I've lost money in every way you can think of. So I wanted to start helping encourage a new psychology behind investments, which could maybe help people grow wealth instead of being manipulated into a loss. And I felt RhymeSick coin could be like Bonfire and SafeMoon in the sense that it's more of a safe haven for people that are willing to hold through the ups and the downs and apply the tokenomics to that, but also to provide real world utility where eventually here soon you'll be able to buy a RhymeSick ticket for one of our shows, because we do national tours. We work with real artists like celebrities, and we do big stuff. So we're going to be allowing the option to pay with RhymeSick coin, which should drive the value up. To buy our merch, you could buy these hats, you could buy hoodies, anything like that. And then we have sponsors making like a RhymeSick Reserve whiskey. We have Dank Lean, which is like a legal form of lean, we're just with CBD from marijuana and stuff like that. So we're very ingrained in the hip hop culture, the society, and also because of where I went in my life, now the investment in the financial sector. So I'm really trying to combine both of those worlds, because the reason I like money is it changes my life. And the reason I like hip hop is because it changes my life. And I think that we can change other people's life with good music, good art, positive influence, and good role models, and people that actually have people's best interests in mind. So that's why I created Rhymesick Coin. It's a hip hop utility coin.
Okay, yeah. So like I think I told you really briefly before this conversation that like it's interesting, you know, that you're sharing that the idea is to create a coin that generates wealth over time by like rewarding people for holding it, because Hex is a really like, you know, that is kind of the purpose of Hex, which I don't know. I asked you if SFT had told you much about it, and you said you guys are mostly busy working, right?
Yeah, we do talk a little bit about other cryptos in the space because we're both knowledgeable about it. But yeah, we both mostly work on Rhymesick Coin.
Yeah,
it's one of his favorites. He's working on all the pools and branching out from just BSC. He's been trying to get us into the Ethereum network and kind of the Matic network, and just kind of like expansion and helping Rhymesick Coin be more readily available. And really the hard thing right now is just getting on exchanges and listings because
well, so I can help with Polygon.
Oh, awesome.
which may be why SFT reached out to me. Yeah, because I work for the marketing agency that is the advisory team to QuickSwap.
Wow, awesome. Well, I'll talk to you more about that.
Yeah, so we definitely can help. We have to figure out how to wrap your coin, and I think wrapping coins from BSC is something that we may have just figured out how to do. So,
well, that sounds great.
So let me tell you why. So there's a lot of people who are like a little bit salty in the comments right now, and they're Hexican saying like Safe Moon is one of the few coins. So the founder of Hex forked the entire Ethereum ecosystem and is bringing over like all ERC20s. So everyone's getting a copy of any ERC20 that they hold on Ethereum on Pulse Chain. And so they're saying Safe Moon is one of the few coins that's not coming to Pulse Chain because it's a copy of a scam. So yeah, like, there's a lot of people who are like, and especially because Hex has this like value proposition that it incentivizes people to hold because it time locks, because of the time lock function. So not that the time lock function is required, but that people can, earn interest on their coins and higher interest for longer stakes, which actually sounds like something that you may be interested in, because if that's, your long-term goal, then I would think that would maybe be something you'd want to learn about.
Absolutely. I'm staked in Crow right now. I do a little bit of everything just to see what it's like and what I can do with it. And that's one reason, with the scam, to address the scam thing, that's one reason I initially came out right away and was like, here's my face, here's my number, you got my phone, I can be held accountable. I have no intention of screwing anybody over, and my fans and all my people are really loyal, and we're all a great community, you know what I'm saying? So we're all here for the long run. We're not here to get rich quick. And honestly, I'm just here to teach people about money and show them that they can actually make it.
And so you're bringing a community, an existing community with you.
Exactly. And I'm teaching them about finances as well. So it's like these people have been broke, working really hard for little bits of money, and they don't really know anything about it, and they're too scared to learn because they put in a little bit and they lose it right away, and then they get freaked out and leave. So I'm trying to teach them. There's actually a lot of value in what I'm trying to teach and what I'm trying to offer outside of just the coin or the hip hop side of it. It's just the educational aspect and kind of going in there with somebody that has your back,
Yeah, sure. And people who already trust you because of your experience with running Rhymesick.
Exactly. It's a functioning business. We've had it running since 2015. I relaunched it in 2017. It's just Rhymesick LLC. You can find us. We're good standing business, Colorado, federally taxed. We're everything's legit,
Okay, cool. So we've got a couple questions. Someone says proof of work or proof of stake? Who gets the new coins? Sounds like the 10% transaction fees go to new holders, but what's the inflation rate and who gets the inflation?
I'll answer the question as far as I understand it. The taxes, the 5% tax goes to all the holders. So everybody that's holding gets a part of that tax. The people that hold more are going to get more of it because it's like a pie. It's basically, if you have a higher percentage of coins, you're going to get a higher percentage of that kickback. Some wallets are turned off of that kickback, basically, to help assist other people, the actual holders, to get it. There's the inflate. I'm sorry. Can you repeat some of that question? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah. So proof of work or proof of stake. Who gets the new coins? And you said that the 5% transaction fee. So it's not a 10% transaction fee. It's 5%.
No, it's 10%, but 5% goes to the holders. 5% goes to the dev wallet.
Okay. And is there a multi-sig on the dev wallet?
When you get to the dev stuff, that's more of a security fund token. That's the guy that develops the token for me.
Okay.
I'm the visionary, the guy that kind of says, I think this is what we should do. This could do this. If we can do this, this would be great. And he's the guy that goes into the codes and does it. I think he said he's open to coming on if to answer any questions if we need him to.
If he wants to come on, he's got the link. If he wants to come on, have him come on.
I'll just let him know. We can circle back to that question though.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, and then the inflation rate and who gets the inflation.
Yeah, so basically the supply is locked. It's never going to get more than that, and it's burned every transaction. So that 5% that gets burned is always going to go into that dead wallet. And the rate of inflation, I mean, it's hyper deflationary. So, I mean, it's going to be raising value over time with the fact that people are locking liquidity and it's losing part of its supply. Does that answer the question?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's getting burned a little bit over time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so it was airdropped to spitters of at least 16 bars. I don't know what that means, Joe Hexotic.
I'm not sure what that means too, but basically what happened was too, is an incentive for people to learn. I offered basically a free airdrop for referrals for people that wanted to do it. It was just a small little airdrop, and it was a way to introduce my fans to it because it was really complicated to get it. And I know that if you're involving people trying to get their money put in there and it takes 15 steps to do, it's just not going to happen. So I figured the best way to introduce people is to give them the free money and then allow them to put their own in as we go, and then I also have my 6 figures that I'm going to be locking in liquidity as well. I'm just making sure that everything's functioning and that all our fans and everybody's lined up as we do this and do this right. And it's already launched.
Okay. And so locking liquidity, you meaning like using Unicrypt?
No, just making a liquidity pool with my own money. Just
all right. So SFT is here. And thanks for joining us. So SFT, you facilitated this conversation. You are the one who got in touch with me and wanted to do this, right?
Yeah. Since I'm kind of a co-founder of the project, I thought, let's try to push it as far as we can go and see what happens. Maybe we get the best thing. I don't know. I got more of the technical details. Maybe if Static wasn't able to answer some of those things, I'm a little bit more involved with that area since I sort of was mostly on the technical side of the project. So
okay, and just really quick, so because most of the audience that isn't coming from you guys, that's coming from my side, is people who are heavily into Hex, and you're into Hex, right?
Yeah, I started with Hex. I was watching Richard for a while, and a lot of the things that what he puts down is truth. And actually, I kind of feel bad that the rest of the world doesn't really listen. Actually, what he's saying is just listen to the man. If you just listen to him, maybe you're going to learn something. And that's why I actually like what Static is talking about right now. He just want to educate some people. A lot of people are scared, crypto. And that's where we're trying to bring in the families, kids, moms, aunts, uncles, people like this. People who don't know or who are afraid or who never had anything to do with crypto or who are thinking no, that's the whole space is a scam or everything is the government's going to shut you down or something. But there's really people out here who are really building stuff and really trying to take it as far as they can. And me, I'm looking up, trying to find out where we can fit into the space and try to bring and build and, just like what you're doing, building bridges. That's awesome. I think it's great what you're doing. And, for me, to us, try to add to the pie and get some from the pie. And, everybody, there's enough to go around, I think. If the monetary system can facilitate it, for sure, let's do it,
Okay. So let's talk about the multi-sig on the dev wallet.
It's not a multi-sig. Which dev wallet are you talking about?
So so 5% of the token goes to the dev wallet, right? So 10% fee, 5% goes to the holders, and 5% goes to the dev wallet.
The 5% to the dead wallet, right? There's a dead wallet. That dead wallet takes the other 5%, and then the 5% goes to the holders. So
okay, and so
the
there
dead
is no
wallet is right
multi-sig?
now. I think it's the number two holder, and then we have a number one holder, which is more or less our bank, our reserve capital at the moment, because we're still
like your treasury.
We're still trying to grow. So as we grow, we're going to need to introduce this new capital into the market as it's getting bigger. And this reserve, the 70% reserve, which Static was referring to earlier, I believe, is actually part of that additional, what we're going to bring into the market as it's, as we're growing. Because at the moment it's kind of bad if we can just put everything on the market immediately and then it gets taken out from under us. What we want to do is be able to build and grow and bring the people with us. And, because as far as I've seen, I don't know any people who are actually out there like doing what we're doing at the moment. I haven't seen anybody. So far, kudos on us. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But
okay, but so on your treasury, is there multi-sig,
right,
or can one person access it and drain it?
Well, as far as the key and the security of the key and who actually has access to that key, that's like internal knowledge between our company and our founders. So we sort of like need to keep the information about that amongst ourselves. But as far as it is right now, we are planning on giving that 70% remaining to the rest of the community as the community is coming in. We're going to need to be giving it up, and they're going to be buying it. We're giving it to them. So come buy RSC coin, and we're handing it out as fast as we can. So,
and basically we all have personal wallets. We have 3 personal wallets. We renounced ownership of the contract as well. So that's basically just a supply wallet. So as it gets bought, it's going to dwindle down to 30 to 10 to 6%, and then it's going to be the fully community-driven token. The fact is, it's brand new. We just created it, minted it 2 weeks ago. So we've done everything. We got an audit professionally done by Desert Finance. We've gotten the white paper listed, the roadmap. We're basically doing everything we can to show the transparency that's required to make this project lift off. And I understand there's always some things, and I encourage everybody to do your own DD. If you don't trust it, don't put money in it. That's what I say, is like, you should feel fully comfortable where you're putting your money, which is why I'm building this project, and which is why we do have the support we have already, is because people already trust me, because they know that I'm here, I'm trustworthy, I've been honest in the past, I've never had any issues with this. So I guess the main thing is that there's no access to it. I don't even access that. If I give away airdrops, I do it out of my personal wallet. So
right, but not sharing where, who has access to it is going to be a red flag for a lot of people.
It's just the only, I don't even have access to it. The only people that have access to it are the main team, the core team. Like, if I wanted to, I could figure it out.
Static, please. It's like what Richard said with the OA address. It's the same principle, right? Richard was always the same thing. He said, everybody was asking him, Richard, where's the Ethereum going? Where is the Ethereum going for Hex? And Richard said, it's none of your freaking business. You build the shit, and then we can talk. You build a Hex. You build a RSC. Somebody can do the same thing we're doing. It's not easy to do this stuff. What Richard did is complicated. It's very complicated. And his code is far more complicated, and what he was doing and what he's doing with Pulse is even more complicated. We're just trying to bring the simple people. We're just trying to bring this to everybody. So we need a lot of coins. We need to get it out there. We need to educate the people. And that's what we're trying to do. That's our mission. And where the money goes, who is the OA, who is the owner address, who is this, who's that? That was the same with Richard. He said the same thing. That's none of your damn business.
Okay, so let me tell you why it is different. So let me give you my personal perspective. So let me give you my perspective on what's different here. And I'm not trying to be critical, but these are questions that are just real. These are really my questions. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
But anyway,
what I'm saying is the difference here was if it was Ethereum that Richard was saying, that's no one's business. And not Hex. So yeah, Hex was going to the OA. And the reason that people couldn't know who the OA was or what the OA was or how many people was to do with the project.
Laws.
Yeah, to do with securities laws. But
right, the Howey test.
So the difference though is like you're like saying that so there's no multi-sig on the wallet that is holding a huge portion of RSC. So the value of that RSC is going up as people are buying RSC, and we don't know like who is going, at some point, like could one person decide to dump all of that on the holders?
Well, here's the thing about security and key control. And this is where anybody, if you listen to Andreas Antonov, or even Trace Mayer, listen, to have security, or McAfee, you don't know who has security of their private keys. If you generate those keys, the software you use to generate those keys, if you don't have the security of that software, if you didn't create that software to generate those keys, your keys are in jeopardy. That's the facts.
Okay.
That's the facts. So anyone can regenerate some keys from the software. If you don't have a secure location where you're getting those keys, wherever you got them from can have your keys. So any moment in time, anyone's wallet could actually be just wiped out by whoever was writing that software in the backgrounds, what's giving everyone their private keys.
I think the main thing that I
don't want to say it to you like this to scare everyone, but that's why if you diversify and take care and be as gentle and careful with those keys. I mean, we're not trying to rip people off, for sure not. I'm for the future of finance. I love it. DeFi. My life is crypto. I love this stuff.
And my thing is like,
we need to make the best laws. I think we need to bring this to the people, but there are some real issues that people don't understand. It's hard to get people to understand even the basics, just to get them to use it. It's not dollars, it's not cash, it's not ATM. There's a lot of things going on. It's pretty complicated just to get the general people.
Cool. Well, let me
jump in here. There's 8 out of 10 people have no idea.
I'm going to jump in here if you don't mind real quick.
Yeah, sorry.
The main thing is that even I have made sure that I don't have the access to the wallet. I don't have access to that stuff. He's literally the guy that has access, and he is protecting it with his life because he's so paranoid about how crypto works. He doesn't want to get hacked. He doesn't want to get anything. So he's made sure that he just holds it to his chest, and he freaks out about stuff. We're never going to pull out liquidity. We have no access to the wallet. It's slowly going to get distributed to the people that buy it. The main thing to understand here is that we have our own private wallets. We renounced ownership. We embrace leadership, meaning that the success of this token, our success depends on the success of this token. So there's no way I'm going to put my neck on the line, put my face on TV, show people my brand, take away my only stream of revenue for the past 6 years just to go and yank a rug out of some unexpected people. You know what I'm saying? So don't take his crypto, knowledge the wrong way. This is just how developers are, and a lot of times.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit.
I'm more a guy that can understand what people want to hear and how to explain it to them.
Your personal reputation is on the line.
Our necks are on the line. My neck's on the line for sure. I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to provide for her. I'm not going to go rip nobody off of myself in prison, right? Because that's ultimately what happens when you make yourself accountable, as I have. So the main thing is, like, if you have faith in me and you have faith in crypto and you have faith in yourselves and you're smart and your intelligence for investments, you might find a haven in Rhyme Sitcoin. But if you're paranoid and you think everybody's out to get you, just don't even bother joining me.
Just get a little bit of everything.
I don't want that energy.
So someone asked, has it launched, and said it's not viewable on TradingView. Yeah, I think RSC is the correct ticker symbol, and it's available on BSC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's launched in the sense that it's out there. It's available for purchase. Everybody can get it. I'm not. There's nothing really I can do further except for get it listed and put it on exchanges. We are on the Trust Wallet. We have the logo showing. We are on Bogged Finance. We applied for CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. Really, we've gotten, like I said, I've gotten audited. We got our white paper. We've done everything we can do except for build up the liquidity, which is one thing, which is why I didn't want to put in, after releasing the coin, put in $100,000 and have everybody just go and yank it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be reckless. So what I'm doing is I'm educating people enough to put their own money in while I'm building the liquidity pools with investors and celebrities who want to get behind this. So it's going to be it's a long-term project. I'm not one of those guys that's like, hey, this coin's been out for a week. We have a low market cap and we got this and that. And come on, buy my coin, guys. It's going to be great. It's like, no, man, I'll take my time. I'll make sure it's worth it and that we're one of the #1 coins here in the next 4 years, tops.
All right. So, hey, Scotty does know. Thanks. Scott, thanks, man. Thanks for that super chat. That's awesome of you. Love you. Yeah. So, one thing that I think we've learned a lot, like a lot of people who are watching have learned a lot from Hex, is that like smaller coins, smaller cap coins shouldn't have huge liquidity pools because you don't want someone to be able to go off and sell a huge portion at once.
Exactly. And that's the exact thing is like people might see things that make them think of red flags, but actually it's a security. It's actually helping us. It's in our favor, in everybody's favor, just to be able to put in what you put it in and then you grow it and then you check out what you grow. I don't want anybody to be able to just take my money. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what we've done is Isaac and I, or Security Fund Token, over there and I have basically invested all of our own money, and it's our own.
All right, no, yeah, so you're good. So it happens. You know what? Like I've totally outed tons of people.
No, but actually, what we want to do with that 70% is actually do a liquidity buyback. So part of our program will be then, when you put in some liquidity, and we don't care which coin you want to put it into, you can put liquidity onto Pancake, you can put liquidity into 1inch, you can put liquidity into Juicy Swap, and we also have Panther. So you can put liquidity out there and then contact us, reach out to us, and we will do a buyback program for your liquidity. And what we're going to do with those liquidity tokens is then burn a portion of those, or we can even give it to the community completely and say we're burning all the liquidity tokens. So it's forever locked in history. It's up to y'all.
My friend is saying, hey, watch Markable from Discourse Syndicate's morning show. I think it was he was on Thursday, and he was talking about his Safe USD coin, and it's so awesome and just like this.
Awesome.
Okay. What was it? Cool. Whatever.
Yeah. So maybe we should all do that. I'm going to, for sure. So, all right, I have to ask this. Are you at all open to the possibility of putting a multi-sig on that treasury wallet at some point in the future?
I mean, multi-sig wallets on Ethereum, does that even,
this is on BSC, right?
Yeah, on BSC, yeah.
I mean, multi-sig wallets definitely exist. Like, I, work for multiple Polygon and Ethereum.
I'm not so familiar with them, so actually that's...
I'd like to talk to you more about it after the show. Definitely, I'm interested for sure. I want my ultimate goal is transparency and just making sure that everybody. I can't promote a safe place for investments if everybody has a reason to feel unsafe about it. So anything that makes people feel better and to see that we're actually honest, hardworking individuals and that we want what's best for everybody, then yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like just the idea that, look into it, like, because I think that is a thing that makes a lot of people feel better. And one, criteria in my DD when I suggest projects for white labeling at the exchange that we advise on is multi-sig on treasury wallets.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it wouldn't be a big deal to actually get those funds transferred. But the problem is with that contract, we're actually limited on a transfer rate. So as a matter of fact, even for all those funds to just like suddenly disappear wouldn't actually be possible because of the transfer rate. There's a lot. It's not so easy to just move all those funds at once.
Okay.
So I mean, if somebody's really wants to get into the technical or the nitty gritty of it, go ahead and try to see.
So someone says, can we view the code? Can we view the code that governs this coin?
I mean, it's completely verified, so it's open source. I mean,
okay.
You guys can go there, you can have a look and see what's up. If you got some problems or issues with it, just reach out. But I mean, for those funds, we can move them into a multi-sig. However, it will take a lot of transactions actually, because at the moment it's not able to move just all that 70% in one swag or whatever like this or something.
Okay, so there's like a vesting contract.
No, it's just there's like just a restriction on the transactions. On the amount, so you can't just move 700 trillion or whatever. You can't just move all that money at once. So
All right. Okay, so let's do one more series of questions from the audience before I ask you guys to build a bridge with me.
All right.
And it is, any comments on BSC users not being able to get their money off Binance at times? Actually, this is a problem I know from working with QuickSwap.
I can answer this. A lot of people don't realize that they need to change their what was it called, their slippage sometimes. Also, sometimes when you do it, you change the last 4 letters or numbers, sorry, from 0000 to 1234. It's a little hack, then you can sell it.
Okay.
From my experience.
Okay. And then have you guys had any conversations with CZ?
No, but I respect the man a lot and I want to.
Okay.
Have you?
All
Isaac?
right.
No.
All right. So what else did you guys want to share that I didn't ask you about?
I mean, the main thing is just that, you know, we're a real team, real business. We have real utility. We're working on our website to drive crypto integration. I think crypto and NFTs and the digital world are the future. And as artists, entertainers, and people that are in that space already, I think we're definitely good people to start putting at the door and start walking people in and start teaching them how to do it, whether it's the gatekeeper for, oh, you ain't a solid crypto, get out of here. Or it's like, hey, you want to learn about investing? I got you. Let me help you out. Come this way. So basically, it's about the education. It's about the utility, the ability to gain wealth, which I think is more than just money, but the ability to have more time, less labor, you know. And I'm really doing this because I want to save the world. I know it sounds corny, but I think that what we are working on, not just myself and Isaac and all these guys, but the crypto community and all of us that are really having faith in it, I think it's a world changing. It's like the internet boom, you know, or the gold rush, or all these things. It's really a chance to decide and get involved with how the world's going to operate in the new era. And I think that I want it to be in a manner of good. I think we've been deceived, and media really pushes out a lot of fear, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to find my seat in that realm. So I'd rather just try to create the next realm towards a lighter direction where everybody can win.
All right, awesome. So, okay, now have you guys thought about, okay, so is the entire supply pre-mined or more coins are created?
No, it's
no, there's no possibility to create more coins. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all right. So guys, I think no matter what, I think a lot of people really, really are really diligent about doing their own research and, really want to dig into things. But no matter what, I always want the lines of communication to remain open between every project, because I think that that's really important. And, I am a multi-coiner. I, believe in a multi-coin future. So I want people to know that there are multiple options for, generating life-changing wealth. And one of them that I think is really important is CDs, time deposits. And, Hex, I think, is the best product on the market. So I do always want these doors to stay open. So guys, this is going to be hard because of how small I am on the screen, but would you build a bridge with me?
I got a controller.
You got it there.
Yep.
I'm trying. I'm a little bit slow.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We're there.
Yeah, we made it.
Almost. Come on, Isaac. You can do it.
You want it over here too?
We did it.
All right.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks so much for coming on today. Hey, everyone else out there watching, tomorrow I have a guest. I told you guys I don't do paid interviews. I had never done one before, but the guest was like, please, I really need to share this message. And we talked, last night, and he's like, I'm open to a full real AMA. Anybody in the audience can ask me any question they want. Let's do it. That kind of authenticity is rare. So yeah, I'm doing it, So join me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Maybe it's 10 a.m. Pacific. Maybe it's 11. It's 11 for me. So 10 a.m. Pacific. And guys, thanks again so much for coming on. Everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
All right, great.
Bye.
Bye.